With the last Gundam regional happening in the States tomorrow, I'm going to tell you guys what I think is going to win the event. What's up everyone, it's Garrett with Talking Cards, and I know it's been a minute. I took a little R&R break and just enjoyed time with family and friends for the holidays, and it was really nice to kind of recharge. I was getting to a place with Gundam where like GDO2 didn't do enough things to excite me, and it kind of feels like the same meta, and I've gone over this in some of the YouTube videos, so this isn't surprising to anyone, and I already had my invite, and I've already updated like a lot of content on my Metafy and tested this format, so it was just a good time to kind of just recharge and take a break. However, I do think with the last Gundam regional happening in the States, at least, for 2025, and that's taking place this Saturday, I wanted to kind of make a prediction of what I think is going to win the event. I think it's going to surprise a few people, and I could easily be wrong, but I'm going to make my case why I think Green White Wing Zero, despite being the most played deck tomorrow, will not win the event. So what do I think will win the event if it's not Green White Wing Zero? Well, I think Green Blue has a good shot, of course, as it always does. The deck really hasn't changed from GDO1, and it still just makes your opponent have to have all the answers. I know it feels like when you see all these level 2s come out that only cost 1, that the deck seems brainless, right? It's not. Okay, I understand anyone can win with aggro, and if you don't have the answers, yada yada. But the hard part of aggro is getting around your opponent having the answers. There are plays, there are lines, there are things to do that are harder than it seems, I should say. And I think aggro is typically in TCGs, a harder strategy. Like the consistent players who always play aggro and always do well with aggros, they're not just, turning cards sideways. Yes, that is what happens more times than not. But when your opponent does have the answers, you have to kind of circumvent things, and that's where the skill comes in. So I do think Green Blue has a good shot. It's really good. It's performed well in other regions as well. I'll throw some results up here real quick for you. It's already taken down some regionals in GDO2. So very strong choice. But Green Blue is also not what I think is going to win this event. So I'm just gonna get to it. I think Blue Purple is gonna win the event. It's very aggressive, and just like Green Blue, it makes your opponent have to have the answers, but I think it just has a really fun mid game. I am biased. I think this is the most fun deck in GDO2, and I really wanna see it win tomorrow. So it's more of me wanting it to win than I guess I think it will win, but I really do think it has like every capability to win, right? But if only like, let's say 10% of the player pool tomorrow plays Blue Purple, yeah, that's gonna hurt its odds. Especially if like 50% of the pool tomorrow is Green White Wing Zero. Those things definitely factor in when a game is very, I hate to say it, but luck-based like Gundam is. You do need good luck. I'd say it's maybe 65% skill, 35% luck, and that's pretty high, in my opinion. So at the end of the day, I do think Blue Purple just offers a lot of cool lines that allow you to navigate when your opponent has the answers. Mikazuki being able to go onto any 2/2 unit, minus, put 1 damage on, let's say a 5 HP unit, so now it's a 4, and Mikazuki just made that 2/2 a 4/1, we'll say, but you get to clear that 5 HP unit with a level 2. It's these kind of trades that are like really unique in the mid game and really allow you to like kind of prioritize card economy. That was just a cost 1 unit that just took out a level 5. It took 2 cards, but like at some point, maybe that's more valuable than not trading with a Gundam or not trading with a Barbados, anything like that. Gujin. All these things come up, and it's a really fun deck that has a really fun mid game. And of course, it just gives you what aggro can do and just blow some people out of the water just because you're too fast and your opponent doesn't have the answers. So what's the problems against Blue Purple? Well, if they have the answers, they can stabilize, and Green White Wing Zero can be really hard. Same with Blue White. If they stabilize, it can be really hard. Playing multiple Justices is really good because it cheats out 2 bodies for 5 mana. And that's really good. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to find ways to get around these things. And I think just like how I said, like in the mid game, Mikazuki attaching to any unit and having a sort of utility to it, where like Char needs to be attached to a Char unit, if you will, you know, a Link unit. And Mikazuki doesn't have that problem. It just gets so much utility, and that's why I really love playing this deck. It's so fun. And Fatal Strike's just a hell of a card. I mean, can't ignore that either. So I think Blue-Purple actually does have a real chance at winning the Orlando Regional. Would I be shocked if Green-White Wing Zero won? No. At this point, no one should. Do I think Green-White Wing Zero needs to be banned or limited Wing Zero? No, it doesn't. I think it's fine. It has answers. I think what I really want to see as we move into, you know, the next year of Gundam is a little more archetype support. And I don't mind that, like, you look at something like Green White Wing Zero. It's not really an archetype, it's just good stuff together. That's fine. I want those decks to exist, and it's one of my favorite things about the Gundam card game. I guess what I don't enjoy as much is something like, you look at Clan, you can only really play it with Clan. And that's just what makes it good and what makes it work. It's how it wants to be played. But it's just not to the level that it can compete to other things. So next year, I hope we see that kind of stuff get a little more support, so where like not every deck is just good stuff.deck, because I do want to play some of these archetypes. For example, I like G-Cux. Like, I want to play that deck because I like it, you know? Same reason I'm rooting for Blue-Purple tomorrow. Iron-Blooded Orphans is probably my favorite now. It's probably, you know, usurped, you know, Zeta Gundam for me. So I really like that show. I really think it's interesting, and I like the deck. So for those reasons, I'm pulling for Blue-Purple tomorrow. I'd love to hear what you guys think is going to take the last Gundam Regional in the States for 2025. Comment down below and let me know. And as always, guys, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any future Gundam content. And as always, thanks for rocking with me. It's been a fun 2025. I'm going to put out some more content, of course, to close out the year and talk about more so next time about what I want to see from Gundam in the year 2026. So take care, guys. See you soon.